thinking about another good case that I was on. Well, interesting one is I went undercover as a private investigator getting hired by a company. So the story is this guy owned a bunch of adult health facilities, and he had an employee that was gaining traction. The employee was trying to start a union or trying to get some sort of organization going within his company. And he came to us and was like, what can be done about this? This I really can't have this happen. And he was given a couple different options and given different prices. And then he was given this was before I was not relatively new, but I didn't sit down with the clients when they were a potential client. I wasn't at that point yet. I was given cases and stuff like that, but I wasn't at that point where I could sit down and meet with the clients going over the case. Well, the option was given that, what we can do is that you can hire, we can send a person in, and you can hire him or her, and the guy's like, what do you mean hire him or her? Well, does the company have any openings? I think there's always like a janitor or like cleanup or like people, minimal jobs making basically minimum wage an hour. And he was like, well, that's an option. And basically what I came to me, hey, this is where we're at. So have you ever like done like been a waiter or anything like that? No, I've never done that. You ever done this? No, I haven't done that. Well, you're gonna do something. I'm like, what is that? Well, there's this old person's home where there's this person trying to start a union. So you're gonna get hired there. Well, we're gonna try to get you hired there, and we want you to see how things go, and see what's going on. So I'm like, I don't understand. Well, no, that's going to be your job. I said, what about getting paid? No, you're going to get paid an actual, whatever hourly it is there, and you're getting paid hourly with us. It's like, wow, okay, well, I'm like, I'm really not enthusiastic about it. And I went home and I was like, wait a minute now. Hold on a minute. I can make bank here. I'm still getting paid hourly, what I do for my, being an investigator, and I'm getting paid also at the same time because I'm actually going to be an employee. I thought about it and I was like, well, and I'm getting paid mileage every day, about 50 cents per mile. So basically, if you, let's say I drive, not 50 cents per mile, if I drive 50 miles, right, I get paid, basically at 50 cents per mile. So, whatever, yeah, basically. So, pretty sure that's the way it was. I drove 25. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way it was. Yeah. So, man, I can't believe I can't remember that. I think that's the way the mileage worked. It was actually not bad getting paid mileage. In some ways, you wanted a case to be farther from your house or from the office, but here nor there. So, back to the story at hand. Let me tell you that case was. So I'm in my head. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I can learn to do this. If I do this job for a couple of months, I can start making some pretty good money. Actually, I'll do really well. So I go in for an interview. Of course, you have to lie a lot of times. Being a private investigator, you're lying the majority of the time. Almost your entire life is a lie. Every case you're going to, you have a ruse in mind. So I said, why do you want to work here? Well, I'm unemployed. It's just, my grandmother. How did I say it? They asked, well, why do you want to? Old people are. I think I said the old people are at the end of their lives. I have humble beginnings, and I gave them some story, and then I said, well, it's a college. I need to pay. I'm trying to get a master's and such. I need this job. So then the next problem was this, which it wasn't realized, is that there's 3 different shifts at the facility. And then the problem was, what if he gets put on a shift that this individual's not on? That's trying to start the union. So then, I got hired, and then they did some sort of shuffling around. I forget what it was. They did some sort of shuffling around, so I get put on that person's shift. So I'm planning on this case going on. Maybe I can milk this out, get a couple of months of worth. I can make a lot of money doing this. Well, sure enough, when I'm getting trained to do it, it's disgusting. Trained to like mop the floor around where the beds, when they take them out to take them for a shower, you mop around the floor beds, and I was disgusted. I'd never done something like that, and I didn't think I wouldn't have been able to do it that long. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh man, I don't get paid enough for this. I made the comment, I don't get paid enough for this garbage, man. This is horrible. And I wasn't aware. I knew the person's name, but I wasn't aware what they looked like trying to start the union. And the girl walks around the corner and says, "That's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing." And I'm like, huh? Who's that? And she goes, see, you're getting paid a minimal. You're getting, I'm gonna guess, you're getting paid 50 cents over minimum wage. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, this is why, back in my grandfather's from Detroit, back in with the Teamsters, and there's unions. And I was like, oh. And I said, well, didn't Starbucks try starting something like that? And then she got into some details. I don't really, it's like complex stuff, like explaining the process, and goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to start it. I'm going to start this union. This is ridiculous. I've worked here for 5 years, and I've only gotten, I think she got like, I forget what it was. She said she's only gotten like not like a 50 cent, but it was like, she said, I have a bachelor's degree. I should be making all this other stuff. Well, when I'm working, what I have was, they're called like reading glasses, and it's a camera. They're reading glasses, and it's an actual camera. Well, I'm not expecting all of this to happen so quick. I'm like, oh God, is this happening quick? So, I'm like, she's going on all about this, and I'm trying to get I can't find the freaking glasses. So I'm like, whatever. Take my phone out. I'm like, hold on, let me put my phone on vibrate. Voice memos. And then she keeps going on about it, and I'm like, you know what? I may want to start the union thing. And then she goes, well, I don't know about you, but you need to be here for a certain amount of time. When I spoke to some sort of like legal advice, she didn't use the word lawyer. She used the word, I don't know, fellow. She used something, and she was like, you need to work for a certain period of time. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she gave the mother load up. She said, well, I'm not supposed to be doing this when I'm working, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna do it because I'm not getting paid my worth. So she admits to me that she's working on this while she's supposed to be working, and then admits to me that, you know what, it's just not worth. That's why I Skyped with my boyfriend half of it. This was Skype. It was Skype was the way it was used, not Zoom, not Uvu, Skype. I Skyped with my boyfriend, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I get that, and I get home, I get done with that job. I didn't do anything, by the way. I act like I was an imbecile. And the person that was trying to train me was like, apparently they said to someone, yeah, I don't know how long he's going to last, because he can't do anything. Like, he can't do anything. So I'm like, what is this? Don't tell me I'm going to get pulled over. Nope, say trooper, I'm good. I was about to say, how bad is that? I'm telling a story. Oh man, and I got pulled over? No. Yeah, this video would have to go bye-bye if I got pulled over. But, so, I'm like, hey, and he goes, great job. And I'm like, saying to myself, he goes, I thought it was going to last that long. So, I talk to her again, and I get her admitting some other stuff, and that's all they needed, right? So she gets the axe for using, I think it was a personal device during work time or something. And, sure enough, I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to do something. I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm not getting paid anymore. The case is over. Within 1 week, it's done. I said, I'm going to have some fun. He goes, what I'm going to get fired. He goes, no. Just this quit. And I said, well, hold on, think about this real quick. I don't know. We don't know how long she's been planning this whole union thing, but a new employee gets hired, and then she gets busted. I said, there are other employees there. Obviously, the union was, was picking up, getting traction. I said, there are some people that are going to suspect that I snitched to the boss about it. He stopped. Let me think on that. So, next day, was going over another case now that the case is basically over. And this happened on a Thursday, and I think I went and I saw him on a Saturday, so I wasn't working on that Sunday. It was one of those things where the healthcare industry, they have like 3 days on, every other weekend off. It's not a normal Monday through Friday schedule. So I'm looking at it, and he calls me back and goes, actually, you know what? Hey, that's a good idea. I said, really? He goes, yes. Because the client, if it was suspected that I got hired and I went and snitched, it would just cause a horrible work, disaster. So he's like, and now look, don't go over dramatic. How about just stop showing up? I said, no, I gotta get. Listen. What are you thinking? I said, well, I'm just gonna say I can't take this anymore. Look, I said, just trust me, man. I'm avoiding using my boss's name and him saying my name in these stories. So that's why it's sounding weird. I'm like, so come on, man, just trust me, have faith in me. Okay, fine. So go to work. The guy is training me, and there was an old person. I'll never forget him. There was an old guy in a wheelchair, and what they call him, Pops. He used to only curse. Only things he remembered how to do was curse. I think actually he was like some sort of teacher or professor, but all he remembered was the curse. So I'm going to like with the person watching. I have like this mop, and he apparently crapped and like it fell down the side, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not cleaning his shit up. What? I'm done. I'm not cleaning that up. I'm mopping floors. I'm sick of this. I'm getting paid minimum wage to do this garbage. And the trainer's looking at me like, oh, no. And the supervisor person comes in and goes, what's wrong? I said, look at that. It's dripping down. And she goes, that's part of the job. No. She goes, that's in your just job description is to clean up, human waste. And no, I'm not doing it. I'm done. I am done. And she goes, you need to leave. I said, hey, trust me, I'm leaving. I'm not cleaning that shit up. And then someone else goes, that is your job. I am not doing, no. And basically I got fired from that job. Well, I should say the whole thing. When my boss found out the way I did it, he wasn't too happy. So I did get a little bit of a blowback from it. But, I mean, that was a fun case. Well, no, put it this way. I wasn't that fun because I'd been planning on making a certain amount of money I could have bought some stuff with. And, of course, it ended within the first week. But that was a case of me actually going undercover, getting paid from another job while I was getting paid as an investigator. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. But, I mean, that's the going undercover and basically the nursing home.